Dear first year me, tell me, did you think you'd make it this far? Did you think you'd be standing here today bearing all of these scars? Do you remember what it was like to leave it all behind, your family, friends, home, community? Do you remember the moment when it hit you that you lived in a world where you would never be granted immunity? Do you remember feeling for the first time that you were a visible minority? Suddenly you began to understand that you would never be made a priority, and although you went to a school that banned sororities, you would always feel like an outsider to the majority. And for the first time in your life, you'd look in the mirror and question the darkness of your skin. You'd struggle to see the beauty and pride that you held within. You'd feel both hyper-visible and invisible, not sure if it was a delusion. But either way the story went, it always ended in your exclusion. Did you realize that the experiences you would have would shape who you became, that these experiences would be embodied in both pain and shame? Dear first year me, let's take a walk down memory lane. Let's reflect on the conversations, the ones that left you tired and drained. One, where were you from? No, I mean like where were you from? Like where were your parents from? Like I know you don't actually belong here. I mean, our curiosity is the reason in which we stare. Two, what's your name? Baby, now that sounds exotic. I mean, I've never had a girl like you before. I guess that's what makes it so erotic. And I'm not fetishizing you, but I mean if the shoe fits, it must be true. 3, to our honorary student of color, please educate us on what it's like to be the other. You see, the way the system works is that my history is being taught as an elective, so every time I open my mouth to speak, there is an underlying judgment to my perspective. Because it isn't standard curriculum, no, my point of view is always diminished at the bare minimum. 4, when something said is offensive, when I fight to be respected, I'm just branded as another social justice warrior detected. But is it so bad to stand up for my rights, to express that I am hurting? I mean, shouldn't a room full of students crying be somewhat alerting? 5, I remember the open forum after the racist costume party happened. It's like all the hope we had for respect and understanding had been abandoned. I remember my parents called begging me not to speak up, not to speak out. They told me I was only here to get my degree and leave without a doubt. They were afraid to wake up to a call bearing bad news because they knew I was born into the skin, unable to choose, that no matter how hard I fought, I would always lose. 6, I remember the night I posted Caribbean people throw the best parties. I was met with a distasteful comment of that you all got pregnant. I remember walking out of the dorm in Indian clothing, met with go back to your home country. Not realizing I would be stereotyped and profiled, I would be mocked and belittled, that my culture will always be appropriated but never appreciated. You see, first year me, you deserve to enjoy your university experience just as much as the other. You did not come here on different terms or agreements. No, you are worthy and deserve to live here without mistreatment. You see, every time you called it a white school, you erased your existence, now realizing instead that your presence is your resistance. First year me, I invite you to exist and to resist, to ensure your time here is never dismissed. I am proud of you and how far you have came. I want you to know you are not to blame, never to feel shame, instead stand tall and shout your name. Own your culture, your heritage, your skin, your identity. Remember, you are here to create your own legacy. First year me, you faced a number of battles on the field, but deep down you know you would have never yield. This school, this environment, each struggle has helped you grow as an individual. Every step in carving out your own space in this world has been critical. First year me, I promise you, with each day it gets brighter. With the family you have built here, your strength has made you a fighter. Hand in hand, you have given yourself a voice and have continued demanding. Hand in hand together, we will stay standing.